Hello YouTubers, we are back again at the sunny shop. We've got here a Yamaha Virago 125cc small and angry engine, and the owner said that when she pulls the acceleration the engine dies, so we'll take down the gas tank and carburetor, open it and see what's inside there, because I assume it's a carburetor problem, most probably no gasoline or something, vacuum maybe not going well through the carburetor. And we're gonna give it a good clean, see if any parts need to be changed from the carburetor. And I've also noticed a really huge slack in the drive chain, so we're gonna also tension the drive chain. So keep an eye on this. And yeah, the seat was already unbolted, but I assume there need to be two bolts, because here we have a hole, and then we can probably insert the bolt through this and screw it there. Next move, we're gonna try to take off the gas tank. We're gonna open this bolt right here, these two from here, and also it has two on the other side, like these ones. I really like this thing right here. Looks nice. Whoa. 12mm for this one, and then 10mm for these two ones. Okay, so how I did with the gas tank and these gasoline hoses, I've just pulled the gas tank behind and turn it upside down this way on this side of the bike, in order to the gas to be under the carburetor. And this way I've opened this hose, a little bit of gasoline spilled, but it's okay, it's just the one that it's in the hose. And then also I've disconnected this one, going here in the admission chamber and into the other side of the carburetor. And then I've just simply put the gas tank here upside down in order to not... Okay, so far we've took down the acceleration cable, throttle cable, by pushing this all the way till the end, so like accelerating but pushing using the finger, and with the other hand just pull out the cable from its place, pull out this nut from its place. Then we've also took down the whole hose assembly for the vacuum stuff, coming through this part of vacuum and the other one from the other side. Then we'll move and go ahead, as I said, with the screws holding the carburetor in the air filter, and also here in the admission chamber. Intake. These two little guys from here came out by just pulling them out, and this guy as well from here. Before going on to with removing the carburetor, I'm gonna open these 1 and 2 screws holding the throttle cable, and then I'm also gonna open these Allen bolts. I hope this is gonna open, because I don't know if you can see, but it's just a little bit not as he used to be. 5mm Allen key, and yes, it worked, even though it's not in its best shape, that bolt. Moving on to the other 3, and then moving on with the whole carburetor assembly. Final step before removing the carburetor, it's to open this 12mm nut holding the choke. Open the nut holding it with the other hands, otherwise it will spin back because it's a cable. And then when it's fully released, just drag it out easy. Don't drag it too hard, just make it easy by moving up and down. Okay, so now everything is disconnected from the carburetor and the intake, and also from the air intake side, and now we can take it out. Okay, it came easy out by just pulling it to this side. Now we will tear it apart, clean it really well outside first, and then tear it apart and see what's inside. I can already see that a new intake will be good, because this one was already repaired before with some temperature silicone, and also these two O-rings don't look really good, so hopefully they will come with a new intake. And this is from first sight. I've just inserted the rag in both sides in order to prevent anything to get inside the engine and combustion chamber. I've removed the remain hose and also the intake, and now we can go ahead and open this side by opening these 4 screws, this one, that one down there, and this one, and hopefully they will open easy, because as I can see they are worn. Actually, before opening it, I decided to clean it really well on the outside using some decarburetor and the gasoline that it was inside it, because it was, I could say, clean. For outside cleaning, the carburetor is really perfect. So if you can recover the gasoline from inside, you can also use it to clean the outside of the carburetor. Carburetor is clean on the outside, looks pretty decent now. It's ready to be opened. I also cleaned this before opening it, because all the parts will be in here. Okay, so lower cover is down. I have to admit the O-ring looks good. The inside of the carburetor looks pretty good as well. Now I'll go on and open this little guy here and also this little guy here in order to clean them inside with a copper wire. Also, I'm gonna open this floater by just pressing this little pin out through here, this side, and then this little guy here will come out with the floater, and we will check the rubber from this little guy here inside, because that is closing the gasoline to come inside the carburetor, and that's need to be in a good shape. Okay, so everything is apart. As you can see, the floater, the jets are out and everything, and this little guy here looks in a good shape. This guy closes and opens the gasoline to go inside the carburetor, and it looks good. The rubber looks in a good shape, so no need to change anything down here, in my opinion. I'll only blow the jets with some pressure air, and also I will do that for the whole carburetor, but not before opening the upside. For the upside, we only have left 2 screws, 2 flathead screws, because the other 2 were holding the throttle cable, and so we opened them already. Go ahead and open these 2 flathead screws. Cap is off. Now we can watch out when you remove the cap. Easy, just press it down while you easy release it, so you don't lose the spring. Now I can take out the spring, and also this vacuum little guy. Okay. I'm looking for cracks or anything, but looking from here looks alright, if you ask me. You just pull it up. Okay, and here's the main jack, which is sitting there, and as you can see, with a flathead we'll take it out. It probably has a small spring there, so be careful. this is the order of the parts. So the main jet, it's down there, then comes this little spring with the yellow part on the main jet, and then this cap comes, and they're all fitted in there. And I have to say that this rubber looks alright. Don't seem to have any holes or scratches, so don't need to order a new one. This is a good news. Good news. Okay, I brought it inside to blow it with some pressure air. Watch out for maybe O-rings or washers or small stuff. Don't lose them. Make sure you took out everything from the carburetor, and then just blow some air through everywhere, through these tiny holes, through here, through like everywhere you can see a channel or a small duct. Just blow some air, and then we can assemble it back. Start by putting back the main jet and this rubber thing. First the main jet, then the spring, then with your finger you can try to push and screw back this flat hose only with your finger at the beginning, and then in the end with the flathead screwdriver, just a tiny bit. Just don't tie it too much. Then we can put it back in this. Put back these two little screws. With the spring, the cap, little bolts, and this is gonna be about the upper side of the carburetor. Continuing with the lower side, we're gonna put first back the floater with its whole assembly, and then we can put back the main jet and the middle jet down here, and that will be about it. We can then close the cap, and this is going to be about carburetor cleaning and inspection. So yeah, we'll then go on and change the intake, as I said, and see how this will work. Okay, so everything is back: main jet, middle jet, and floater with the gasoline chisel. Now we can go ahead with the cap, and remember how make sure you remember the this idle adjuster position. Remember to put it back in the same way. I'm measuring the carburetor on the intake side, and it's 33 millimeters, 34 millimeters, sorry. In order to make myself an easier job finding this intake. Also, I've measured this interior that goes into the engine, this one and this one. Obviously they're the same, and these are 20 millimeters, 20 with 34 output from the carburetor. Okay, coming back, Vasile did a great job changing the signal lights, all 4 of them. They're looking real good, smaller than the original ones, but they look quite nice. Also the ones from behind are changed, looking nice. Now we can go back with the carburetor. We have our new intake back. I've attached it to the carburetor. Now it's the moment to put the carburetor back in the intake, and we'll do this by inserting this side of the carburetor into here, into this tube. So put your clamp back on and put the carburetor back, and then we'll continue with the acceleration cable and also with the choke cable. After you put back the carburetor and insert it up in the air duct, and then back here we've tightened these Allen bolts with 15 Newton meters, and then you have to put back your choke cable back there, and then the acceleration cable back here in the reverse way that we've took them down. Also these electric wires here, and you catch this here, and also these 2 guys here. And now we can go on with the fuel system and the gas tank.